Nice. Oh, look, there you are.
Hi, darling.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I was just doing my makeup routine. How are you?
I'm great. I'm using your products and I'm loving them.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Where are you? You're in California, obviously, yeah? It's so cute.
In
Oh, look at
Venice.
your pool. You're in Venice?
Yeah, you want to see my pool?
Oh, yeah, I want to see your pool. Is it warm?
I can make it warm.
Okay,
And then,
well, you got
and
to
then
make
look.
it warm so I can come on over.
Yeah, look. I have passion fruit there, avocados.
Wait, where's your passion fruit? That's my favorite fruit.
Let me show you. I have a flower coming. Let me show you.
Are they hard to grow?
Look. Look at this one. This is going to turn into a passion fruit.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's my favorite fruit.
It's amazing. Well, when I get some, I'll save for you.
Please. How long do they take to grow?
It's a vine and it takes a while, and you have to water it a lot. And look, these are blood oranges, and then I have lemon verbena. Then these are guavas.
Wow.
This is yuzu lemon.
Oh my gosh.
That's a mango tree right there.
Oh, this is amazing.
Look, these you would die. These, and I'll give you. And I am just growing roots on a shoot that I cut to grow these for other people, because look, these are lemons. Look, these are goji berries. Look at them.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Guys,
look.
You don't even have to go to Air One.
And these are
you don't even have to go to Air One. It's all in your yard.
Yeah, check it out. My wild blueberries.
Oh my gosh, you have blueberries back there too?
Yeah, and look at this.
Gosh, you have some fans on here who is saying that you can get the sensitive deodorant, but you have somebody on here saying you're so damn cute.
Look at this. This is finger limes, right?
Let me see. Oh yes.
And these.
I get those.
Look, this is like caviar. I don't know if you can tell. These are little balls that then you bite and they explode in your mouth.
Yeah.
With lemon flavor.
Yeah, I buy those, but aren't they usually in South America? They grow in South America too, right?
I never knew of them until I moved to Venice and I bought this house. The owner of this house used to actually, she still does it. Plants edible gardens for people. You should talk to them.
Oh, I would love to talk to her.
Yeah, you should talk to them. Look, these are figs. I mean, I have everything here.
You have everything back there. What is that? What is in this silver? What is back here?
Oh, look, this is an Airstream. You know what an Airstream is?
No.
This is an Airstream.
And
it's one of those old classic mobile homes.
Okay.
So what I did is I didn't put it in, but the previous owner put it in. It was a friend of mine. And inside I have, look, I have a bed for when I have overflow of visitors.
Yeah.
And this is my oxygen tank. And then it goes into my ozone generator.
Yeah.
Right?
I have that too.
And look, and here's my office.
So let me ask you this: how are you using the ozone? Are you making olive oil? Are you doing it through IV?
I stick it up my butt.
That's what I do for my cat.
Yeah. Poor cat. It's so funny, you and your cat.
Yeah, she gets ozone like every week up her butt.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what the benefits are?
So oxygen is O2, ozone is O3. So there's a third molecule of oxygen that's attached, but it's very unstable. Yeah. And the moment it hits bacteria, viruses, parasites, cancer cells, it discharges that energy from the third oxygen. The third oxygen gets lost, and that energy is like a zap of electricity,
Yeah.
And so it helps alkalinize your blood. It helps. It's antiparasitic, antiviral, antibacterial, and
it's bringing oxygen to the cellular level.
yeah. But this is just the beginning, because it also sorry, it also promotes with different pathways the strengthening of the immune system.
Yeah, yeah. So Farah's been getting it probably for like 2 years, and then I used to see this amazing healer. You probably know who he is. Do you know who? His name is. His last name is Cowell. He does
Norman.
Norman. Yes.
He made my generator.
Yeah.
He actually makes it himself.
Yeah. So I have something, I think it's called like the hummingbird ozone.
And look, that's my infrared sauna.
That's amazing. I need to come over and use your sauna.
Anytime you want. It's always on, actually. Look, see, it had Netflix on it. My kids were just in here watching. They love getting in here.
Oh my gosh!
And from
I
the
love
sauna,
that you have a TV in there.
From this, well, I didn't put it there. It comes with the sauna because it has programmings in which the different frequencies cause different effects. So you have cardiovascular programming, you have weight loss programming, you have all kinds of things. So,
so tell me this: how are you staying healthy during COVID?
So I do stay in my house, and I'm isolated, and I keep my kids isolated. I have a couple of friends who were tested and who are careful themselves. So we hang out. They come to my house. Their kids come to my house.
Yeah.
So we are lucky that way. They live a few blocks away, and kids really need social life.
Yeah.
Me, not so much. I'm happy isolated.
Me too. I've been social distancing for years.
And then what I do is the most important thing really are the free things, like being outside. I'm outside all the time. I'm in my garden, in my pool,
Me too.
Or go for walks around the neighborhood. We just came back from a big bike ride that the kids love. So being outside, exposing myself to the sun, like you do. I'm watching you in your new house with your new pool.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it looks like you're enjoying it. It's so nice to have a pool. You're lucky.
Yes, it's so nice. The yard saved me. I feel so fortunate for us to have these yards and to have gardens, to be able to ground and be in nature. That's really my saving grace during this time.
Look at that ficus over my house.
Oh, the ficus is beautiful.
It's huge and it's enormous.
Yeah, I'll show you. Hang on, I'll show you. This is my garden back here. And then
I feel like I know your house already.
Yeah, I'm growing my vegetables. They're so small, but those are my green beans and my spinach. And then I just have some lemon trees back here.
Nice.
But I need your person.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send you my because my friend, who is actually the one that designed this house, she works with some guys that are still here in LA. My friend left. She lives in Mexico now. But the guys know everything, so I'll pass on the number.
I would love that. And I need to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. And yeah,
anytime. So you asked me what am I doing to stay healthy?
Tell me what you're doing.
Go out and breathe fresh air, because when you're breathing fresh air, you're not only breathing oxygen and a little bit of nitrogen and whatever, and in LA the car exhaust, but you're also breathing in probiotics. You're also breathing in some of the microorganisms that are flying around and are in our soil, and that contact with them is really important, because they also communicate with the ones in your gut. Some of them are the same as the ones in your gut. So being in some kind of biodiversity really helps, and it's plants, soil, right? So we spend a lot of time in the garden. under the sun, vitamin D. I mean, everybody knows now that the people that have suffered the worst consequences of
Are
COVID
vitamin D deficient?
are the deficient, right?
Yeah.
There's two factors, and one study in Harvard showed that it also relates to the pollution in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know
Yeah.
of the work of Zack Bush, the
Yes,
doctor,
I
and he
do.
talks about how we have cyanide in the air, and COVID in a way is just kind of facilitating the cyanide that's already in the air to really get active inside the cell, and that's why people present kind of like cyanide poisoning. So that, and then what you are doing, communicating with friends and people, communion with human beings and with animals, that's really
Yeah.
important too, and that's free. And then a little bit of exercise and a good
Yeah.
night's sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Zack Bush. I had listened to his podcast with Rich Roll. I was actually in Chicago and I was driving to St. Louis, and I was driving through where they were spraying all the glyphosate. This was 2 years ago, listening to his podcast when he was talking so much about the health of the soil and how glyphosate was affecting the air. And he's really, really a genius. And
Yeah,
he's
I recently discovered him, and I'm kind of binging on every word that he said,
yeah, it's that. I mean, he's the reason why I started planting my own food. But he really, guys, if you're not following Zack Bush, look up Zack Bush. He's a medical doctor. I believe he lives in, I want to say, Virginia. But he talks heavily about just how depleted our soil is because of Monsanto and glyphosate.
But the really important point that he talks about is biodiversity, right? It's that nature thrives, and nature is always longing and looking and is geared towards the production of biodiversity.
Yeah.
So not only in animals and plants that we are already extinguishing, right?
Yeah.
But also in the microbes. And he even goes further. He talks about viruses as being the way in which nature upgrades everybody's DNA.
Yeah.
Because viruses are not even alive. They're just genetic information that's floating. And they're pieces of information. They're not even full on information. And these little pieces of information, we get infected, we download them, right? But the thing is, it shouldn't make us sick.
Yeah.
Because and now we know that 90% or more of the people that catch the virus, let's say, they don't even have a symptom.
Yeah.
So we know that the human body has the ability to completely handle the situation, right?
Yeah. We have to keep the immune system strong.
Who are the ones that are getting sick? Are the ones that were already sick, or maybe without even knowing it, but some of them even knowing it because they were on medications, right? The obese, the diabetics, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, right?
Are there any foods that you avoid to keep yourself and your immune system strong?
Now we're getting into the nitty gritty, right? And what I say is this: immunity starts in the kitchen. So you and from what we know, and just based on science, because there is no real knowledge of how humans should eat according to nature. Because if you want to know how giraffes eat according to nature's design, you go and you spy on them. If you know what you want to learn about the lion's diet, you go and you spy on them in their natural environment. But we don't have anybody to go spy on humans.
Yeah.
To really find out what is it that nature actually designed us to do, right? So everybody's finding out for themselves. But there's a few things that are very important to know. And one of them is this: we have to eat real foods and not food-like products. So, and mostly plants. Even if you eat meat and you love meat, great, eat meat. Even if you eat meat,
Do you eat meat? Do you eat meat?
every now and then I do. Every now and then I do, and I come from Uruguay, where they give you meat on your bottle when you're a baby.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah. But when I do from grass-fed animals that were mostly living almost like nature designed them to live, right?
Yeah.
And no hormones, no antibiotics. I mean, you know the whole drill, right?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
eat it scarcely, because the thing is this: even let's say that man is supposed to eat some meat according to nature's design, right? It wouldn't be every
Yeah.
day, because you would
You
have to go
hunt
and
and gather.
you would have to go and catch it, right? and
Yeah.
and and without guns, go catch a big animal and kill it and then eat it, right? So we
Yeah.
would be eating, if we were designed, and I believe that we were designed to have some meat, but the jury's still out. We don't know. um
I eat it once a month. I'll have a piece of lamb once a month.
everybody has to find out what is good for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So
I do
anyways,
better with very little, but
anyways, if you eat real foods and not food like products, with mostly plants, right? And the important concept is this: very biodiverse. Because when we were eating and gathering, right, we would be eating 3,000 types of plants, and now
yeah.
we're eating 300. When
Yeah.
you go to the biodiversity in our diet translates into the biodiversity in our gut.
And
And
I
now
think
we are.
you're talking about like the salad to have every range, all the colors. Didn't you post
So
about
one
that?
way of thinking about it is to eat the rainbow, right? Because when you're eating different colors, then at least you cover all the the bioflavonoids, the terpenes, all the phytonutrients that have other bioactive responses, right?
Yeah.
Benefiting the immune system and many other things. So yeah, but eat the rainbow, and that's a really good way to think about it. Eat mostly plants, eat real foods, eat the rainbow, right?
Yeah.
And then there's things like garlic and ginger, and there's so many really good medicines in the herbal world that that would prevent
That,
or
that fight
diminish
viruses.
an infection. Yes.
Do you eat gluten?
Rarely. And when I do, I pay the price.
Me too.
And sometimes I don't care because I love it.
Yeah, I can eat it in Italy, but that's it. I cannot eat it in the US. I get so sick. Actually, there's this guy, he makes enzymes and supplements. His name is Wade Lightheart. He has a supplement that if you're going to eat gluten, that helps break it down.
What is
But
it?
do you want me to grab it?
Well, yeah.
Hold on. Let me get
Or
it. Or I'll send it to you. I'll post it and send it to you
post it for
after.
everybody, because I'm sure other people will want to hear about it too.
Yeah, but I have a very hard time with any of the gluten. I feel so sick afterwards. And
I get immediately bloated. My nose start itching and my eyes
brain
start
fog.
watering. Yeah.
It's so bad for the gut, and the pancreas can't break down the
Well, there's
gluten.
a lot of problems with gluten from wheat in this country, because of the
Yeah,
GMOs, because of the glyphosates, because I mean we don't even really fully understand all the factors involved in why gluten here will destroy your health. But in Italy you can eat it every day, and you actually feel great.
yeah, it's really wild. That's why when I go to Italy, I'll eat a pizza every single day because it's
And
like
and
my
in Italy or any place in France, in Europe, because in Europe there's no GMOs allowed, and there's then they take much better care of their earth.
yeah, they do. And I wish people would start paying more attention to this because it's so important. Our food system in America is really harming people so much. And I think that's why a lot of people are starting to grow their own food, but there's so many things we have to avoid because even it comes down to the water also. So when I'm in France or I'm in Italy, I can have a little bit of sheep cheese and I feel fine. And when I go to Erewhon, if I get some raw sheep yogurt, I don't feel well. And I think that really comes down to our quality of water that animal is also ingesting.
I have many patients that have the same experience as you.
Yeah.
Many, many. And yeah, listen, we are killing ourselves with what we are eating and the way we're living. And it's not only the food, you know, it's cosmetics, as you well know. It's medications, it's laundry detergent and every other product that we use for our homes.
Yeah.
It's in your mattresses as fire retardant. It's everywhere. It's in your shower. It's in, you know, I should show you my filters. You got crazy. Check
Oh,
this out.
oh, let's see your water filters.
Check this out. Can you turn the camera around on this thing?
Yeah, you can turn it around.
Okay, I'm gonna show you this. You're gonna flip. So this is my water filter, right?
Yeah.
So this is the regular filter. This is everybody has this kind of filter. This is the engine, right? That is an ultraviolet light that kills all viruses. So the water goes through there and it's getting constantly zapped. That over there is an ozone generator that's constantly injecting ozone into my swimming pool, and that's a copper ion ionizer, right? It makes water really harmful for bacteria.
So the ozone goes into your pool?
Yeah, it goes into
it
goes into the water that is going through the filter. So it's filtering and ozonizing. And I'm going to show you it comes from the city. You know, look, this is my kids' play area. But as soon as my water comes from the city, it goes through this giant filter, right? So already my garden, my plants, my everybody in the pool, it's already filtered without the pool filter, right? And then in the kitchen, and it's a mess because the kids have made a mess. I have this filter, which is, see, this is a carbon filter, and it has three of them, and each one has a smaller microcarbons, right? So you start with the big debris, then you go into, and then the last one filters actually bacteria. This here is a reverse osmosis. So after it's filtered, it goes through the reverse osmosis, then it goes through an ultraviolet light, and then it goes through a coral that kind of remineralizes it.
Did William do this?
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. William has been doing every time I move to any home, I call my William.
Let's see your refrigerator.
My refrigerator is fantastic. Look, I'll show you. This is homemade chicken soup from Air One, right?
Okay.
And then you know what? I have berries. I have my celery for my celery juice.
Your fridge looks just like mine.
The watermelon, cauliflower, carrots, cucumber. But I'm running low because I have to do a supermarket buy.
We can do a supermarket run together. We can meet each other, social distance, mask.
My kids eat all day long. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Hi there.
And here they're doing a wall art. See?
Hi.
Look a whole scene.
So, do you think that adding trace minerals to water is beneficial?
You know, water is alive. Water has a certain vibration and carries information. But then we get it and we filter it and we put it through reverse osmosis, and it's necessary because water from the city has all kinds of medications, chemotherapy, Viagra, antidepressants, you name it. It's in your water, and then it comes through your shower, and then it gets into your blood. So it's a necessary damage that we do to that kind of vibration of water, right? Just to clean it out. But then you have to remineralize it. So there's people that do all kinds of things, and You know, I watch Luke's story and his hacking genius and what he does to the water, and I mean I don't even begin to understand all that. But one day I'm going to take a look and see what else I can do to improve my water.
Yeah. Yeah. I have someone else. They're doing my filter on May 26th that I'm going to record it. And then and that's just for the bath. And then I think I'm going to have William do under the sink for the kitchen.
Yeah, he should. His
Yeah.
water is really, really good.
I had lead poisoning from the bath water in West Hollywood, and I had to really chelate and go on EDTA and DMSA. This was back in 2018, and I have lost all sense of taste for 2
Yeah,
months.
you rent or you live in an old building, and you don't know what the pipes are made of, and you know, it could be lead, it could be copper, it could be things that end up wrecking your health.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
listen, this is the world we live in. The air we breathe, the water we drink and shower with, the medications we use, the cosmetics we apply on ourselves, you know, but mostly the foods that we eat are full of chemicals that alone or in combination cause some kind of disease.
Do you get colonics?
I actually do it myself. I have a from Norman Cowell.
From Norman.
I have the Implantorama
The
bottle.
Implantorama.
Yeah, and I do coffee enemas and all kinds of things. You know, I even use sometimes his ozonated olive oil.
Me too.
And I shoot it up my butt, you know, and yeah, I'm like a walking experiment.
Me too. When I first went to William's house, I thought that I was in Silence of the Lambs, which is funny because you look exactly like Anthony Hopkins, but like his house is a little bit scary. And I didn't know if I was going to walk out alive. And he was like, oh, he's like, we can do the ozone vaginally. Why don't you just go lay in this room? And I'm like, I'll try anything. I'm like, sure, like, why not? Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm going to die trying. And I literally lay in this room and do the ozone vaginally because they say it's curing people that have endometriosis. So I have the ozone machine, but I don't know how to work it, but it is here.
So does that mean that he's like the medical Jeffrey Epstein?
Well, he's not. No, he's a good guy. He's definitely a solid guy, and I trust him. But when I first went there, I'm like, you know, I'll try anything. I'm like, but it sounds really
I'm looking at your followers. Somebody says, please share William's info.
Okay. William Wendling, you can look it up. I mean, it's listed.
Yeah, it's a oxygenozone.com. Oxygenozone.com.
Yeah. This was great. This was so fun. Okay, let me ask you this. What's your guilty pleasure? What is one food that you love that, like, when you're being naughty, what do you eat?
Oh, I eat listen, I know what is good for me, but I'm a recovering addict. So you know, I'll show you my addiction, and I keep it in the guest house.
my addiction are French fries. Oh my God, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Is it mint chocolate chip?
No, that one is pistachio.
Pistachio. Yeah. Okay. And that's like that's your guilty pleasure, huh?
Well, I actually, you know, I'm Jewish, so we do guilt very well. But curiously, with ice cream, I don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
But I pay the price. You know, with the load of sugar, I pay the price just like with gluten.
You know, if you take a multivitamin B after you have sugar, it will help stabilize the blood sugar. That was a trick I learned. But yeah, do you eat dairy? Do you eat cheese?
I love dairy. I mean, it's like I'm unlucky because I love everything that's not good for me.
Me too.
So yeah, I love and I eat it sometimes, right? But I also pay the price. So You know, if you keep on eating things, even if the price is little, and you pay the price here and you pay the price there, these they accumulate these things through the years, and then they end up being or manifesting or looking like a disease. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They keep your inflammatory system turned on, and that's at the root of most chronic diseases of the modern world.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good lesson. I have to do your cleanse.
I sent it to you, didn't I?
No, you sent me the book. You didn't send me the cleanse.
Oh, you did it? I did. Oh, okay. That'll be done. I was sure that I sent you the kit.
Yeah, I want to do it. You know, when I did the week care, when I went to week care and did the cleanse, and I was doing all the colonics, I was ovulating for the first time in a few years. Like, I really felt so much better.
We have so many people that do the clean program, and women that couldn't get pregnant and get pregnant midway or at the end, or women that hadn't menstruated for years and they thought they were early menopause, and then they start menstruating again, because when you enhance the body's ability, natural ability, to detoxify by avoiding extra toxins and supporting nutritionally the liver and all the other functions that need to be supported, then as you start getting rid of these things, so many things start correcting, that I am still in awe of all the different kind of problems that the clean program has resolved for people from all over the world, that I had no idea when I designed the program. You know, like, for example, one day somebody called me and they said, I had varicose veins, and on day 14 they started disappearing, and I'm on day 21 and they're gone. So it's unbelievable what the toxicity in our planet that ends up in our bloodstream is doing to our health in a way that is more that is blind to us. We are toxin blind. And we don't understand, and we're all sick and dying, and that's the main reason why. And that's why I dedicate a huge part of my time and effort and career to understand and also teach people about detoxification, that it's not bogus like some people say. Of course there's detox programs out there that are designed by people that have no idea what they're doing, and those, you know, I mean, they could be negative, you know, they could be harmful, right? But a good detox program designed by a functional medicine doctor that understands the underlying biochemistry and physiology of what they're doing and how they're supporting the immune system, how the detox system, how to create the energetic conditions for the detox system to really intensify its work, right? All those things are just miraculous almost in the results that they give you.
I know you were talking to Will Cole the other day. What did you guys say about detoxing during quarantine?
So I was telling Will that when somebody does a very intense detox, like a water fast, which is the most intense, or something like like the lemon juice, the lemon juice and cayenne pepper and what else?
Apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, honey, water, cayenne pepper.
Yeah, no, it was a grade B maple syrup and some lemon and water, right? And these are very intense detox programs that when people do them, the first few days, you start really getting rid of a lot of mucus, and it looks like you're getting cold or a flu, you know? You start mucusing, you're sometimes sneezing, you're getting rid of stuff. You may get diarrhea. So for a lot of people that go into an intense detox program and have those symptoms at this time, it could be a little confusing, because then you may think, oh my God, do I have corona? Do I, you know, like it may be too much. And during those times that you are mucousy, it actually is easier to catch an infection. So somebody that wants to do a detox program during this time, which is an amazing time to do it, should do something which is not extreme and not too mild that won't give you any results. So I was telling him that something like the clean program is unbelievable to do at this time.
And it's 21 days?
Well, you can do. I designed two programs: a 21-day program, which is like running a marathon, right? And you get incredible results, life-transforming results. And I wrote about it in my book. And if you read the book, you can do the program without having to buy anything. But I also put together a kit for people to have a user-friendly way of doing it. I provide the shakes, all the supplements needed, the probiotics, the digestive enzymes, the liver support, the herbal antimicrobials, because you cannot increase detoxification function without improving immunity and digestion, right? They all go together. And then I designed recently, I mean, it took me 10 years, but I recently published a book called Clean 7, the one I sent you, which is a shorter program, which is like running a sprint race, like 100 meters. You get incredible results. Of course, you don't get the full results of the 21 days, but you get incredible results in 7 days. And it's a combining principles from functional medicine, intermittent fasting, and Ayurvedic medicine. Because I've been studying Ayurveda for a while now. I go to India all the time. I spend time there with masters of Ayurveda and also masters of spirituality and
I
gurus.
saw you were there right before lockdown.
Well, I actually.
No, I said I saw you there right before lockdown. You were there.
Yeah, I actually had to get out of there in a hurry, because they were about to lock down. I took the last plane leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I was watching that. I don't think it really hasn't affected India so bad, has it?
No, it hasn't. No, because the government there was very tough and very boom. But in India, I was exploring a different aspect of healing, right? Because when you're lacking magnesium and you take magnesium, suddenly you heal and it looks like almost miraculous, right? But there's a whole aspect of healing that has nothing to do with your diet and your and it goes a little beyond all this, and it has to do with states of consciousness and freedom, and of the programming. And when I was talking about it with Jeffrey Bland yesterday, the father of functional medicine, Will Cole and my teacher,
And did you meditate?
Huh?
Were you meditating there? Did you
meditate? In India? In India, I was doing a bunch of things. I was teaching about detoxification at the International Yoga Festival, but I was also seeing some of the gurus there as a doctor, and helping them, and also I was filming a TV show. I'm filming a TV show myself called Medicine Man.
Oh wow!
And
that's amazing.
So we were interviewing some of these gurus and talking about. I mean, I'm exploring the full meaning of healing, right? And how it even depends not only on the knowledge of the healer, of the doctor. Like when you go to a doctor, they know, they have a lot of information, right? And they can test and they can give you this supplement and that supplement, and also tell you what to eat and what not to eat. But there's something that depends not on the knowledge of the doctor, but on the wisdom of the doctor, on his own or her own state of being, right?
Yeah.
And when somebody is in a different state of being, then the healing abilities, I believe, increase. And I was talking about this with Jeffrey Bland, and he actually agreed with me, which was very important to me, because he validated the interest that I'm having, from one of the brightest minds in the world of medicine.
Well, something that's very true, and I had just said this on my live before you got on, that energetically, when my emotions and my energy is calm and not aggressive, I'm not in chronic pain. When energetically, sometimes I take on too much, or maybe I'm, like in an aggressive state, because I have endometriosis really badly. I have stage 4. And I get chronic pain. And I really think that before the food and the supplements, it really starts with the emotions and that state that I'm in, subconsciously or consciously. And actually, the other night, I had eaten some chocolate mushrooms, and I was able to really work through the chronic pain, and it was telling me where it was stemming from.
Have
It
you
was
tried?
really,
Have you tried microdosing?
I have, yeah. I've tried microdosing, and it really helps. I microdosed the other night. I didn't take much. I took
No, no, no.
one
But
square.
it doesn't work like that. I microdosed the other night. Microdosing
It's every day.
needs a constant and a definite period of time, right? So you take and it also needs somehow precision in the amount that you take, because you take one amount one day. I have a friend who produces the most amazing microdosing of psilocybin of mushrooms in pills, with also with niacin and other B vitamins, and it's really amazing. If you
In
want,
California?
he's in Colorado, but he can ship them anywhere.
Okay, I'll text you after this. I would love to try, because I
And
really
by
was
the way,
able.
he is an incredible healer, and he's also a Kambo a shaman. You know what Kambo is?
Yeah, I know what the Cambo is. Yeah,
So
the Cambo is the smoke, right?
no, the Kambo is
The
the venom.
frog?
The
The
venom.
frog.
It's yeah, but the frog is used in many ways. There's frogs that you get the venom and you smoke it,
Yeah,
and that's DMT.
yeah.
And there's frogs that you get the venom and you apply them on your skin after you
Burn
burn it.
Yeah,
And that's like the most powerful detoxifier on the planet.
yeah.
And you start shitting and sweating and peeing and vomiting, and for half an hour you have this intense reaction. But then it's amazing what happens.
It's clear. You're clear, right?
But not only that, your body starts working better, your mind starts working better, you can process emotions better. It clears all the distortions that are that difficult one's life. I had it done. I did it for 3 days in a row. You do it 3 days in a row, and this guy does all the ceremony and the tobacco that you snort. And
Did you do it in Malibu?
you can do it anywhere you want. You can gather 3 or 4 friends. You gather 3 or 4 friends that want to do it, or more, and you fly him over from Colorado, and and he takes care of everything.
Yeah, I'd love you to put me in touch with him.
And if I were you and I had endometriosis, I would do the clean program for sure, because I helped a lot of women with endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely do Kambo.
Okay. I'll put me in touch with him. I'll do it. I'll do anything. I've done the ayahuasca. I do the mushrooms. I'll do Kambo.
I am downloading all my contacts to you. My water filter guy, my gardener who's gonna make an edible garden for you, and and the Kambo shaman.
We have to have sushi when this is all over. Thank you so much for this. You're the best.
I'm gonna go cook something for the kids.
And you have the most beautiful eyes, by the way.
I'm gonna look what's going on here.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Papa, no, I'm hungry. Can I have some pasta?
She's got the eyes too.
All right, darling. Big kiss. Good talking to you.
Okay, bye. Bye.